Good morning, my friends. Today is all about strength training. So we will need our bands or tubing, whichever you have, and your set of weights. But first, of course, we will warm up with just a little bit of movement, kind of get our bodies going and grooving here. So let's go for it with a nice little easy march. Just getting our bodies warmed up. Just let's pump those arms in there too. They're going to be working, so they need to work as well. Hope everything is going well for y'all. Glad that you joined me this morning. It's good for you. Definitely it is. Got to keep on moving. And 4, 3, 2, let's go, knees up. Here we go. Nice and slow and easy. Just getting those legs nicely warmed up. Take it 4, 3, 2, and done. Leg comes up. We're going to take it out and in. Out and in. Getting that back of the leg warmed up. The top, front of the leg. So keep it up off of the chair just a little bit. And changing sides. Here we go. Keep it up off the chair a little bit. It's okay if you want to hold it up there. That could work as well. Just getting those muscles warmed up. And 4, 3, 2, and done. Easy march. And toes come up, toes come up, toes come up. And now heels come up. One of each. Toes up, heels up, toes up, heels up. All right, my lower body's feeling pretty warm. I don't know about y'all. And take it back into an easy march. Let's start getting that upper body warmed up. Nice big arm circles. Nice big arm circles. Let's make them real big, real big, real big. Don't have to be high if that's bothering your shoulder. And reversing. Real big, real big. Let's get that blood flowing into our bodies. Perfect job. 4, 3, 2, and now let's cross those arms. Cross, 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 cross. Opening up that chest and back. Getting those shoulders warmed up. 4 more. 3, 2, and done. Perfect job. All right. Got that blood flowing a little bit. Got a little bit of breathing warmed up. Yes, we do. All right. So, sit to stands. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Up to you. Do what you can with it. If you need to go back down, if you're on 3 and you want to go back down to 1 or 2, hey, that works. Got to work up from somewhere, right? Yes, we do. All right. So, here we go. Coming up nice and straight and tall. Each time leading back with your hips and buttock muscles. Up all the way straight, nice and tall. And finding that chair with the buttocks first. And that was 3, I do believe. And 4. Here's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go for 10. 10 and done. But this is strength day, so we've got set number 2, right? With set number 2, if you want to go to option 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is your weights, using your weights. So if you've got your weights, go ahead and grab them. We're going to hold them in close. The weights aren't moving. They're just there for a little bit of extra resistance as you do your sit to stand. So again, if you want to put them down on the floor anytime, if you're feeling like you need to have just a break from the weights, put them down. It's all right, and finish out without it. So here we go. Come on up. Nice and straight and tall. Very nice. and 2. Don't have any weights with you? That's okay too. Run and get some soup cans or something. Vegetables, soup cans. You can actually do really everything that we do with weights and bands. You can do it without. So if you're fairly new to class and you're feeling like, wow, yeah, to hold weights or hold anything is a bit much, just go ahead and do the movements without anything. That works as well. So I'm not sure what number we're on, but let's say 4 more. I think that was good. 4, 3, 2, and done. Lovely, very nice. All right, so I think we're ready to, pardon me, put our weights on down, and we'll go to an upper body with our tube. So grabbing that tube while we're seated here, let's bring that right up underneath of our shoulder blades and our armpits. And we'll start with our pushes forward. So coming straight forward. So think about coming right out from the shoulders. All the way straightening those arms as much as your body will allow. We want to try to get those arms nice and straight. Nice and straight. Good. Looking great. Here we go. 4 more. 3, 2. Now let's go to singles, and we're going to turn our palm down on this one. So we're going to singles, punching a little bit more across, and our palm is down on this one this time. Instead of being facing each other, now the palm faces the floor. 1 more each side. And done. Good work. All right, let's put that tubing on down, coming up to our standing. And from here, we're going to do some chair push-ups. That's right, we are. So, or wall. You can use a wall for this as well. Just go ahead and lean into a wall or a counter. Anything like that does work. Further away from your chair, a little more resistance, a little closer in, not as much. So up to you. If you want to just come down from the upper body only, would look like this. So it can be done like that. A little bit more resistance is taking it with a flat back, and your heels are going to come off of the floor. So really up to you. Here would be your level 1 right here. And level 2 would be straightening the back out. So up to you. Tailor it what you need. Here we go. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And done. Oh, great job. And as always, if you do need to stop and sit out a couple repetitions, it's perfectly okay to do that. Just go ahead and sit out a couple and come back in again when you're ready. No harm done. So now, while we're standing, let's go ahead and do some calf raises. So we're going to come way up on our toes. Way up on those toes. Standing nice and tall. Tightening those hip and buttock muscles. Keeping our back nice and flat. Very good. And now let's take those toes up. Toes up. So same thing though, we still want to activate those muscles in the back of the body so that we don't let our buttock go back like that. We don't want it to go like that. We want it to stay right like this. And toes come up. Very good. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Here's 2. And done. Okay. Let's come on down to seated again. And we're going to be using our weights for some seated calf raises. It still works on the calf like we do when we're standing, but there's 2 muscles there, and so when you're seated, it works a little different one. So grab your weights. And we're going to set those weights on our thighs, and now we're going to take it up. So they can be this way if it feels better, like this, whichever way feels the best. And we're coming up. So you can do this without any extra weight. That would be okay also. So really up to you, however it feels best for you. And now let's take those toes up. Toes up. Toes up. Toes up. Good job. 1 of each. 1 heels, 1 toes. 1 heels, 1 toes. Try to make sure those knees aren't floating into the center though, in towards each other. We want to keep those knees right over those ankles. 1 more each way and done. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and set our weights on down. And we'll go into our tubing. So grab your tubing or band, either way, while we're seated here. Let's get that right up underneath of those thighs. Our feet are going to stay together, and we're going to bring this over and across it. The more that you grip up on that tube and the further out you take your legs, the more resistance you're going to have. Less resistance, take it a little bit further apart. And don't take your legs out so far. And that will actually make it more of the level 1. Level 2 would be really pulling up on that band, taking those legs way out. That will give you more resistance. So very, very tailorable by what you need for any given day. Very good. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and done. Lovely. All right, now on this one, we're just going to keep our band where we had it, just exactly the same. And this time we're going to step out and center, step out and center, step out and center, step out and center. So watch that you're not letting that knee float in towards the other one. We want to keep those knees right over the ankle. And again, less resistance. Right here, more resistance. Really pull up on it. And just step it out side to side. Lovely. 1 more each side. And done. Woo! Felt that right there, huh? Absolutely. All right. Absolutely, we should say, right? Okay, never mind. All right. She's being silly again. Let's put our band on down. And we're going to go to our weights for an upper body. I'll show you the seated version and then the stand-up version. 1 weight, sitting up tall and hinge from the hips, and then bring that arm up so that we're working on those back muscles here. That back, upper middle back. Think about taking those shoulder blades into the center and down. Or if you'd like to be seated, standing, I should say, we were seated. If you want to be standing, looks like this. We can also hold on to the back of our chair as our balance point. So really think about tightening those back muscles, bringing that arm up. That elbow comes up towards the ceiling. And the weight is just hanging in the hand, just for extra resistance there, a little extra weight. That's why we have the weight. Just for a little bit more, taking our body into a place where it's doesn't normally go, that's how it gets stronger, right? Yeah. Let's go 2 more. But we have to do that smartly. Let's change sides. We have to do that smartly so that we don't take it too much all at one time, because then we hurt ourselves. So we don't want to do that. All right, so same thing, seated or standing, bracing yourself here on the arm of the chair or on the seat, on the back. Nice and slow and controlled on the way up and the way down. We want to fight that gravity wanting to pull our arm down because it wants to. We have to fight it. Gravity wants to take over and just make our arm flop down there. And we want to really try to fight that gravity. Don't let it do it. And we're breathing. Exhaling with that effort. Looking good. Let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo! Let's set that weight on down and shrug our shoulders round a little. All right, while we are standing, let's do our hamstring curl. So inner thighs together, knees together, and kick that heel up. Kick that heel up. So can this be done seated? Yes, it can be done seated. I'll show you. It's similar. It's pretty much the same as that warm-up exercise we did, only now we're slower and more controlled, tightening that back of the leg. So we can be seated to do this exercise as well. Either way is good. We're standing nice and tall, pulling the shoulders back, tummies are in as always. Right? Right. Looking good. And we're breathing, exhaling with that effort. Perfect. Last 4, 3, 2, and done, and switch. Oh, lovely. All right, knees together, inner thighs together, and kick that heel up. Kick that heel up. Very good. So if you're getting a little bit tired, muscles are tired, stop and rest a couple and come back in again when you're ready. There's nothing wrong with that. Not a bit. We want to really try to get that heel up as far as we can though. Really feeling that back of the leg, that hamstring muscle, doing its thing. It's working. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Here we go for 4, 3, 2, and done. Oh, shake it out. Lovely job. Perfect. All right, so let's go back to an upper body exercise. We're going to be working on our tricep now, the back of the arm. So let's start with our 1 single weight. And again, we can be seated in that same position that we were when we did our row. So can do that, or bracing on the back or the chair. Lock that arm in on the top and then kick it back. So the difference on this one is we're not moving that top part of the arm. No, we're only moving from the elbow down. That way we're working on that tricep, the back of the upper arm. And we're breathing. Exhaling with that effort. Looking good. You've got it. Perfect. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. We got it. 3, 2, and done. Oh, number 2. So bringing that arm up and kicking it back. And kicking it back. Kicking it back. So same exercise, that tricep extension. Kicking it back. Kicking it back. Top part of the arm's not going anywhere. It's glued in. Let's take it 4 more. And 3. 2. And let's go 2 for good measure. Sure. Why not? And rest. Very good. Should have really felt that right back here through that back of the arm. All right, so let's go ahead and come back down to seated. We'll put our weight on down. And now we're going to go with our tubing or band, either way. So let me turn to the side here so you can see if you've not done this one before. We're going to hold it here, bring our arm in, still for the tricep, we're still on the tricep. And then again, pushing it down from the elbow. The top part of my arm's not going anywhere. You want a little more resistance? Grip up on that, tubing a little bit more. So watch that shoulder, it's going to want to creep up. Don't let it. Keep it down in place. Very good. Straightening that arm out from the elbow down. Lovely. Looking great. Let's go 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Last 4. We can do it. 3, 2. Done. Lovely. Okay. Aren't you glad we only have 2 sides? So here we go. Straight and tall. Locking that arm in so that we know we're only working from that elbow down. The top part of my arm's not going anywhere. Very nice. You got it. And we're breathing. Stop and rest if you need to. It's okay. Honestly, it is. Important to breathe, though. Be sure you're not holding your breath. Looking nice. You've got it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. 3, 2, and done. Woo! Perfect job. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, so from here, let's come back up to standing. So we'll take our band down. And let's come on up to standing using our nice sit to stand movement. And we'll come beside our chair, and we're going to do our side leg lifts. So we can do this seated in the chair as well, taking that leg up. So using your chair for balance, a wall, a counter, anything like that is perfectly good, fine for balance. So we want to be sure that we're not leaning again away from the work. We want to be nice and tall, pull those tummies in. And my toes are facing basically forward so that I'm feeling that hip and buttock muscle on that side working. Very nice. And breathing. Exhale with that effort. You got it. And here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. So here we are again, straight and tall. Let's take that leg out to the side. Standing nice and tall. Pull those tummies in. Lovely job. And we're breathing. Exhaling with that effort. Perfect. Nice and straight and tall. Let's go 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and done. Oh, perfect job. Let's go ahead and get a quick sip of water. If you don't have your water with you right by your chair, go ahead and grab a quick sip. I think we deserve it. We definitely do. You don't have to ever wait for me to tell you, go get a drink. If you need one, go get a drink. Absolutely. Very important to keep hydrated. Perfect. All right, let's start to work on our biceps a little bit right here, that top part of the arm. So let's grab one weight and we'll be seated in our chair for our concentration curls. Bringing that arm all the way down and all the way up. So we want to be nice full range of motion on this one. We want to be sure that we're not cheating it and only going part way down. So all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Nice and controlled. And we're breathing, exhaling with that effort. Looking good. Let's go 3 more. And 2. One more time, you got it. And switch. Arm number 2, same thing. So lock that elbow in. And here we go. Breathing, exhaling with that effort. Get those muscles working. They love it. Perfect job. 8, 7, 6, hang in there. 5, last 4, guys, you've got it. 4, 3, 2, and done. Perfect job. Let's grab our other weight. And come on up to standing. Hold your weights in. Come on up to standing. Scoot my chair back. So from here, let's do some hammer curls. Still working on that bicep, the front of the arm. Still working on that. And nice and controlled. Let's go 2 together. Up slowly for 2, and down for 2. Up slowly for 2, and down for 2. Up slowly for 2, and down for 2. Nice job. And if you'd like to be seated still during this one, it's okay. Definitely no harm done there with that. We can remain seated for this one as well. That would work. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And done. Lovely. All right, let's go ahead and set those weights on down. And coming on up again. Or you can actually remain seated for this one as well. We're going to do some knee lifts. Knee lift. Just bringing that knee up and seated if you prefer. And we can use our chair here for balance. A wall works, a counter, whatever you have that's handy that you can see your TV and hold on to something is okay. 3, 2, and switching other side. So here we go, up and up and up. We want to try to get that leg up fairly high so that we're really activating that muscle here in that front of the thigh. Looking good. And 5, 6, 7, and 8. So shake it out. Let's take one foot slightly ahead of the other. So on this one, let me show you what it looks like from here so that we can see. We want to not let that back foot touch the heel touch the floor. So we're just coming down and up. And noticing that back heel is going to stay off. And we're going to tighten those muscles here in that front of the leg every time that we come up. And coming up nice and tall, squeezing these muscles here in the front of the leg. Still working on that. We already did once, and now we're working it again. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Here's 2. And done, and switch. Woo! Other leg forward, other leg behind, and same thing. And do you have to go down real far? No, you do not have to go down real far. Just wherever it feels like you're getting some work, tightening that thigh muscle to bring you up, and the glute on the other side. So nice and controlled, and slow. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo! Shake it out. Perfect job. Look good. So from here, let's go ahead. We're going to take our chair and flip it around here this way. Let me move my weights out of the way here. And we're going to be working on some squats again, but a little bit differently on this one than what we've been doing before. So just bending a little bit at the knees, keeping the torso tall, and tightening these quadriceps, those front muscles, and coming back up. And taking it down and holding. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Watch those knees. Make sure they stay over the toes and that they're not folding in together. Show you from the front. And holding. And up. And down and holding. Keep your torso tall. We're not dipping forward at the waist. And up. And down and holding. And up. Oh, great job. Down and holding. And up. Let's take it one more time. Down and holding. And up and shake it out. Very good. Lovely job. Lovely job, guys. Very nice. Okay, I think that we are ready for a little bit of our abdominal work now, our core work. But before we start that, we're going to be doing one more activity. I want to show you what this looks like. We're not going to use weights today. We will eventually graduate up to weights. So what this is our knees are soft, when we're coming forward from our hips, just about to there, and then standing straight up. So we're working on our low back and some on the hamstrings. And down and up. So you can see my knees are staying soft, and I'm leaning forward, and I'm coming back up. So do you have to go way, way far down? No. You don't have to go way, way far down. In fact, we really don't want to. So tightening those buttock muscles on the way back up, and to feel it into your low back too as well. Great back strengthener. Good. And knowing that our gluteals, our hips, our abdominals, our low back, they're all the core muscles. And up. Let's go 2 more. And up, and 1 more time. And up. Perfect. So now let's grab our weights again, and we'll do some side bends. If you don't want to use your weights, that's okay. You don't have to. These can be done without weights. Again, we want to keep our shoulders back. We want to be sure that we're not dipping forward on this, that we're just taking that arm straight down and up, straight down and up. So we're working on those obliques, those waistline muscles. And up, side and center. Side and center. Good. Side and center. You got it. And center. And side. And center. And side. And center. And center. Let's take it 1 more each way. And done. Nice. Perfect. I'm going to bring my chair around again. We're going to go back down to seated again. Noticing I'm bending my knees when I'm coming down towards the floor, right? And here we are. 1 more time for our upper bodies, for our abdominals, I should say. So again, we're going to take our movement from our belly button. We're not going to dip forward. We're going to sit up tall and take the movement from our belly button. So taking it to the side and center and side and center and side. Just twisting from that waistline and center and side and center, side and center, side and center. Sit up nice and tall, guys. No slouching forward, and we're not leaning into the back of our chair either. We're using our abdominals and all of our core muscles to keep us upright. Let's go 1 more each way. Last one. And relax. So on that one, if you don't want to take the arms out straight, you can do it right here as well. That will work to do it that way as well if you prefer. That would certainly work. So from here, taking our upper body back. And again, if we want to take our hands back here, fine. But if you feel like you're pulling on your neck, that's not a good idea for your neck. So we can either hold here or here. And we're going to be coming back from our waist and coming back up. So pinch those tummy muscles to come back up. Tighten those tummy muscles. Tighten those tummy muscles to come back up. Very good. Tighten those tummy muscles when you come back up. You can take your head back to the chair back and then sitting on up. Working on those sit-ups. Yeah. Let's go. Last 2 of these. One more. And center. Perfect. Did great with that. Yes, you did. Okay, so from here, we're still going to stay seated forward. And now we're going to keep our upper body back. Watch that that belly button doesn't sink. We don't want it sinking. We want to pull it up. And then we're going to take our legs alternatingly lifting from here. So try to take the the leg muscles out of it. We're really focusing on using our tummies to keep our legs up there. And now we're going to take one knee up and up and up. Pull those tummies in and up, up and up and up. Tummies in. We've got this. Yes, we do. We've got it. We're doing awesome. Hang in there. Yeah, hang in. Let's take it one more each side. Last one. And rest for a moment. Woo-wee. Very good, very good. One more for our waistline. So this time we're going to add a little twist with our knee up. So again, we want to be careful that we're not dipping forward. We're taking that twist from our waistline. Just a few more. Let's go one more each side. And center. Perfect. Alrighty, heels forward, leaning back. We're going to pull the toes under us and heels and toes and heels and toes and heels. Good. Toes, heels. Keep those belly buttons up, just like somebody's pulling your shirt and making your belly button and go up to the sky. And toes and heels and toes and heels. Two more. Last one. And center. Lovely job. All right, big finish. Here we go. So let's lean on back, legs come up, and we're going to bicycle and bicycle. Yes, come on. You can do it. Bicycle it. Woo! Pull those tummies in. Perfect job. And 4, 3, 2, 4 more. We can do it. 3, 2. Last 4. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo! You did it, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and stretch out a little bit. We're going to stand up today to do some stretching. So come on up. Let me move my weights. We're going to stretch through that calf and the back of the leg. So bringing one leg back, heel comes down, pressing forward from our hips. So we want to keep that torso up tall. We don't want to bend forward at the torso. We want to come forward. You should press that heel down in that back leg to feel a nice stretch there through that back of that leg. All right, let's swap it to the other side. Other one comes forward. Now on this one, let me show you so that you see the heel is staying down on this. The heel is staying down and we're coming forward. To get that stretch through that back of that thigh, back of the calf. And now let's bend that back knee a little and take it down. And now the stretch goes a little bit deeper into that calf, a little bit lower down by the Achilles. And let's swap it to the other side. Heel comes up and down. I feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of that leg too as well when you do this one, which is a good thing. Very nice. And then back on up again. And from here, we're going to take our hands on our chair, the seat of our chair. You can do this on the back of the chair as well, holding on there if it's not comfortable here. And we're going to take our tailbone up to the ceiling, and now we're going to round it under, stretching through that low back. And tailbone up. And stretching through that low back, getting a nice stretch through the tummy here, and then through that back here. Pull your belly button up. If you do the yoga, this is a cat and cow basically. If y'all do cat and cow in yoga, that's what this is. Only we're standing instead of on the floor. Who would have thought, huh? And coming back on up. Very good. Now we'll go to seated. So come around to seated. Use your nice, quietly sitting down, not just letting yourself plop, right? We're going to control our movements. Let's take one heel down, toes come up, and slightly coming forward. We can come down that leg for a little bit more stretch, or we can stay up tall. Either way, whichever way is just fine. You find what works best for you, and that's what you want to do. And then while we're here, let's bring that leg up and slowly circle those ankles round. So we only want to let the foot, the ankle, the toes move. We're going to try to control that top part of the leg. Let's take it around the other way. So we don't want to let that part of the leg move up on the top, just the bottom. And now bring those toes right to our nose. And a great big point. And again, toes to nose. And a great big point. And now we're going to bring that leg right on up. Taking that ankle across that opposite thigh, sitting up nice and tall. If we want a little more stretch, we can hinge forward slightly from the hips. And back up tall. We're going to take that arm right through that leg. Pull the knee towards the other shoulder. This arm back behind us. And sit up nice and tall. And back to center. Let's take it to that second leg. So starting out here, heel down, toes up. Hinging from our hips, letting that back of the leg get a nice stretch. We can stay up tall, or we can come down towards our foot or the floor, down the leg somewhere. We do want to keep ourselves straight, and we want that knee to be pretty straight too as well. That way you're going to get that stretch. And sitting on up, we're going to gently circle those ankles round, nice and slowly. And round the other way. And now let's draw those toes towards our nose. And a great big point. And a great big flex. And a great big point. And coming back to center, let's take that ankle right at our opposite thigh, sitting up tall. If we want a little more stretch, we can hinge from those hips if you need more stretch. If not, stay tall. Coming back up to seated, let's take that arm right through. Pull that knee towards the opposite shoulder, taking that arm behind and looking over that shoulder of the leg that's up. And coming back to center, let's take that leg on down and stretching through our back again a little bit. Hands start here, round. Now this time we are pulling our belly button in and we're rounding the spine. And we can come down the legs a little bit more if we choose. Don't have to though if that feels like it's more than you want. Just stay up tall. And coming right back up onto seated, we're going to stretch through that front of the leg a little bit more. So I will show you what we're doing from this side. We're going to take this leg back and bring that knee down towards the floor, sitting up nice and tall. If you have arms on your chair, you have to try to configure yourself around a little bit. This leg should be getting a nice stretch here. Sitting up tall. Let's take that to the other side. I guess technically you could bring it back behind, but I'm not sure how that would work. it really is better if you can sit on the side of your chair. So hopefully you have a chair that you can kind of bring your leg to the side. If not, you can do this later. Find a chair that doesn't have the arms on it and go ahead and do this stretch later, right after we finish. Because it's a really nice one for right here through that thigh. And right back to center. Let's take some nice slow shoulder shrugs. Slow shoulder shrugs. Slow shoulder shrugs. And reversing. Oh, that's so good. Really letting those muscles stretch out. And now on the front, lacing our fingers together and rounding our spine. And sitting up tall, pressing that back of the room, lifting our hearts up. And drawing our hands together, rounding our spine. And sitting on up, pressing the back wall. And coming back to center, tapping across. We can keep that arm down or bring it up and over a little bit more for a little more stretch through the back and the back of the shoulder. Do watch that this shoulder is not creeping up. We don't want it creeping up. We want to keep it down. And other side, same thing. If you're feeling a pinch in your neck on this one, chances are that's what you're doing, is hunching that shoulder up to your ear. So really focus on keeping it away. Back to center. Let's take that one arm right down our back. Give yourself a great big pat on the back because you did great. If you want a little bit more stretch right here. And let's take that same thing other side. And again, we can stay here or a little bit more stretch. Again, find that point of stretch that's just right for you, and that's where you want to hold it. And back to center. Let's take one arm forward. Fingers come up. We can add a little bit of a stretch to it. Maybe that will get those biceps stretched out that we worked pretty hard. We did. And then other way. And same thing. Palm down, fingers back. Adding that little stretch through that forearm and bicep. Other way. If that is not comfortable on the wrist to pull the fingers back, it's fine. Just hold the hands there. Don't have to pull them back. And to the center, let's slowly circle our wrists round and round the other way. And then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle those fingers and open them up real wide. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle those fingers and open them up wide. One more time. Let's go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And open them up nice and wide. Very, very good. From here, let's take our thumbs up towards the ceiling, only raising those arms up as much as is comfortable for you. So watch those shoulders, don't overstrain them. And here we go, up, feels so good. And press down, one more time. And pressing down. And bring that left arm forward, bring that right arm forward, and give yourselves a great big hand. Perfect. You did it. Thank you for joining me today. Look forward to having you here again. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 o'clock on the Crossings channel. So come join us again. Super job, everybody. Have a fabulous rest of the day, whatever it is that you're doing. And I will see you next time. So take care. Bye-bye.